and they're already talking about another stimulus. And look, here's the long and short of it, is that middle America, real small business relief, the best stimulus they could have, Michael, is the green light to go back to work.
Of course,
I mean, that's what they want.
Course.
And so I understand it's not that simple, and I understand there's, all sorts of competing data and all that sort of stuff. However, I am of the opinion, like, hey, posting a $4 trillion deficit, that should be something that should be deliberated so thoughtfully and critiqued so carefully, not jammed through and passed in what I consider with some of the most egregious waste that I've seen in a bill in the history of the U.S. Congress.
And what's so scary here for conservatives is the precedent. Because listen, I'm fairly amenable to the bill. I can get behind a lot of aspects of it. But the sticking point for me,
you're more amenable than me. But finish.
I know I'm probably more amenable to it than you are. But the sticking point for me is we are now setting the precedent of the government on a massive scale sending direct checks to people because of a time of crisis. Well, look, maybe this is a serious crisis, at least an economic one. But what about the next time?
Yeah, but Michael, I mean, Medicare for all costs $32 trillion, but not $32 trillion a year.
That's right.
That number that Bernie said was over 10 years. So now we've set a precedent that $3 trillion a year for Medicare for all is not that much.
Yeah.
In fact, it's perfectly affordable. But UBI, why not do it every quarter? Why not every month? And now the smart Alecs that always come in my podcast feed are going to say, well, Charlie, that's a slippery slope argument. Okay, well, first of all, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm asking you the question, why won't it happen? So, and no one has a thoughtful answer.
Also, slippery slope arguments are good. People sometimes forget this because they say, oh, you're just talking about a slippery slope. Like, yeah, well, everything conservatives have been warning about on the slippery slope over the last 30 years has happened. True. Yeah, so I'd like a little credit for the slippery slope. Thank you very much.